welcome back to another video. Today I am joined by Dee from the Dynamic Performance Hub. I've been working with her for what? Like a year and a bit now? A year and a half?
Yeah, maybe even a bit longer.
Yeah.
Stable.
Yeah, up to about 80. Super. Right, next one.
I feel like time's flown by, but since then, since working with Dee, I feel like my rider fitness has really improved, and like my position as well when it comes to riding has, I think it's safe to say, hugely changed
improved,
in the last
and
year.
jump and your flat.
Oh, thank you. So today we're going to be going through some of the exercises that I've been doing with Dee. Obviously you are professional. Tell everybody a little bit more about what you do.
So the whole thing of the hub is to look at everything holistically and really be able to help horses out as much as possible, but looking at the combination as a whole, so both horse and rider. And I think it's really important. We're at a really amazing stage of the sport because now people are so much more aware of how by them being fitter and them being stronger, more flexible, they will be able to help their horses be happier athletes, basically. So it's about looking at us both as athletes, not just the one.
Yes. And what equipment do we need today for these exercises?
We are going to try and do things where you can either just have a mat or a towel. You don't even need any like expensive equipment, but we're going to mix it up so that I want to try and do different degrees of difficulty. So it doesn't matter where you start, you've always got somewhere where you can obviously get it up to. You can obviously increase the weight, but we're going to use literally a couple of weights, balls, bands, but hopefully we'll do a few where you literally do need no equipment.
Awesome, should we get started then?
Let's go.
Get the mats out. All right, so we've got our mats out. This is very simple to start with. We're doing
Super
some stretches,
simple,
right?
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off where Ez will show like a lot easier one, because I'm aware like if some riders have got knee injuries, things like that. A lot of riders do have injuries, let's face it. So Ez is going to start. What we'll do is you can go into this one, Ez.
Yeah, this used to be my least favourite one. I used to be so bad
Yeah,
at
Ez
it.
used to struggle at this, and now you can do the advanced one, but just for the purpose of this.
And then you you're
going to come around. If you need to, come up and then you'd go back down into the other one, so you don't feel like you have to do
this is like version. A little, oh, I can feel it.
This one is really great for your adductors. Obviously, like it's a massive thing when you're riding, a lot of people will grip all through here. So this is a perfect warm-up before you actually get into the saddle. So I'll start also with one that's just a little bit harder, so you can carry on with that, Ez.
Yeah.
So this one that I'm doing is all about balancing on that one leg, but it's a really good one to just open up that back, but really test your balance. And obviously balance is a really, really important part of equestrian sport. But this is just, both of these are just super simple ones. You can, if you want, keep your foot down. So you'll see like where Ez brings her leg up.
That makes it a little bit more tricky.
It makes it a little bit more difficult
and
on like a balance front
as well.
Yeah.
To the middle. Ooh.
You can also bring your arms up, so you just create, you can add a resistance band in here like Ed's doing, and just keep on moving through. But I really like this one. And then of course what you can do, if you want to make it a little bit more like of a exercise, more than a stretch, you can do it where you obviously add a weight into it as well, but maybe just stick with this for now.
Yeah, we'll keep it nice and simple to start with. So all of you guys, if you're at home, you can come and join us. You can do some stretches while we're doing it.
Then I think what we'll do is we'll go into, I really like this, as a lot of riders get obviously like stress and nerves and things like that can be a massive impact in terms of how you're riding. So this is called the child's pose.
This is one of my favourite ones. It really kind of stretches the back out.
This is one of your favourites, isn't it? So with this, what I would say, stay where you are, Ez.
Okay.
What I try, so sometimes what I do with Ez is I have like a resistance band, or she holds my hand, and what I kind of want you to think about is being pulled. So imagine you've got something, you're like hanging on to some monkey bars or something like that. But this is really good, so stay where you are. This is super for just stretching. Would you say you feel it through here?
Yeah,
Ez?
definitely.
And also like lower back, obviously like a lot of mucking out, things like that. So this is a super one. You can then make this a little bit harder and just bring it into like a bit of I quite like a little bit of a flow type thing, as you know. So we'll come into here. And then all I want you to do is you're going to go, you know this one where we can add a resistance band if we want, but we're just going to go into this. Ooh. So again, in terms of different levels, what we'll do is you can do one if you want where you've got your hand, we can have hands out, for example, so you get a little bit of balance going. I would have my hands up, you go hands out.
Okay.
Just from a balanced perspective, then go forward, stretch yourself all the way through. So again, this is a really good one, like through here. So a lot of people, they get really tight all through their hamstrings. And then you want to be bringing the toe up again. For event riders, you've got to appreciate that for the advanced guys, when they come like drop fences, things like that, they will be put into massive back extension. So this is a really good one to actually think about, is your pelvis staying straight, and to really focus on, like when you've got to hold a line, for example. But a big thing within the sport is that we have to actually put our bodies through different areas of which they are going to be placed at when you're actually riding. So that's a really important thing to think, is like, what do I actually have to do when I'm riding? What do I struggle with? So a lot of event riders struggle with lower back pain, and it's normally because they're not quite used to putting themselves into some of those ranges.
Yeah.
So that's a really easy one. And then add a resistance band, and obviously do both sides. Sometimes people, what they struggle with, riders, is actually when they do, say for example on their weaker side, so try your left airs.
Yeah, this is left side is not normally
not
as
strongest. So sometimes what Ez will do, go on, so go, you have the resistance band, Ez.
Okay, we're gonna make it harder.
Yeah. So when you come back, remember, keep your pelvis as straight as you possibly can.
Okay.
So without wobbling, so go all the way forward. Yeah, and then all the way back. Obviously be careful of your lower back if you have any trouble, but again, it's trying to make it, so now you've got to hold yourself.
Okay.
Ready? Yeah. Go on. There you go.
It.
See, you used to be difficult, you used to find this hard, whereas actually now I'd say you're pretty good at it. So Ez did used to struggle with this, didn't you, to be fair? So, but you need to, ideally, like, I would say about 2 sets of 10, something like that.
So we're now on the floor to do our next couple of exercises, so enjoy your new view, I guess. So what's the next one, Dee?
Well, you really like this one as well, to be fair.
Yeah, this is one of my favourites too.
Yeah, this is one of Esme's warm-ups.
This is my go-to if I ever have back pain. Like wherever I am, I'll just lie on the floor and do this.
That was a massive thing when I started working with Esme, that you used to have quite a bit of back pain, didn't you?
Yeah, it used to be really bad.
Whereas now I think that just doing these regularly, how many times a week do you reckon you do them? Go by what you're meant to be doing, remember? A couple. No ways.
Four's like a couple. 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, couple refers to 2. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
4 or 5 times a week, let's just say. But the reason why we like this one is because a lot of riders struggle, like thoracic rotation is obviously really important across all the disciplines. So I really like this one, and also we're gonna link it up with a little bit of a hip opener as well. So 2 major aspects.
So we're starting off left side?
Yeah, start on your left side. Obviously you'd have to do this both sides. But so put your head down, Ez. Yeah. Okay, so you want to just be, I call this like an open book exercise basically. So you want to keep yourself like in about where Ez and I are, obviously, and then come all the way through, Ez. And go to.
Oh, I felt some clicks there.
I actually heard you.
Yeah.
And.
Or just the mic picked it up. It was crunch.
So you really want to try and get as much, almost think like you're being pulled, if you like, from your knee. So I don't want to whack you.
Right.
And through, just so it should be a really nice stretch. And also really a massive thing that I really love to try and focus on with all the riders is your breathing. So let's just work on that. Yeah. So breathe in. That should be through your nose, and then exhale. Okay, so from this side all the way through. Also, I'm tight to this side. You want to also think about how far you can get your shoulder down to the ground, and always keep your leading arm, or the one that's on the floor, as straight as possible. I'm coming up a bit, so to avoid knocking Esme. And then from that one, you can also do, so go where you're lying like a little angel that you are, Esme.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to go, again, this is a bit with my mic, but we're going to come out to the side. So it's the same sort of thing, but it's more focusing on like your lower back. So you should feel a really nice, I actually personally, I don't know if I prefer this one, I'm not sure.
I think the other one I always get the good clicks, but this one, like, I think this one's more like lower back pain. The other one that we were doing first, I'd say is more upper back pain.
And do this how like suits you. So Ez will move quite a lot when she's doing her like stretches, and it's like you like to just move around, don't you? Whereas I would prefer to sort of stay here a little bit and like just try and get the stretch. So do whatever suits you, basically.
I feel like I loosen up by doing all my movement.
Yeah. So it's whatever works for you. Like everyone's different, and that's a really important point to make, actually, is that everyone is different. So don't, go to what suits you.
Yeah.
Okay, next on the agenda. Okay, so this one, we're going to do 2 different things, but the whole thing is I would really encourage people as much as possible to try and just do some movement, whatever it is, especially if you work a lot and then you're going to get on a horse. Obviously, if you've been sat at a car, sat at a desk, anything like that, you're going to be tight, you're going to be restricted. So just use what you've got around you.
I always feel like doing ballet doing this one, because you're kind of like holding
like a little ballet.
Like a bar.
So I think we'll start off with this one. Obviously, so Ez can hold on for this one, and I'll do it where we're not.
I'll do the easy one.
You do the easier one. So you're just literally bringing your leg up. You should feel a really nice stretch through your hamstring. Make sure as well with this one that you want to think about, Ez, let's just knock me out there.
Oh, sorry.
Almost just think about having like 3 points. So make sure your toe, little toe, and your heel, you really want to be cemented. So don't be doing all of this sort of stuff with your feet. And then what you're going to do is hold from there, then take, and then come back. So you also get a really nice quad stretch as well, which is really important. So just do a few of them. Really good. Right. Okay, and then I would say, look, just to open up your hips, obviously you can hold on as well, just to open up a little bit, I would just do like a few little kick exercises. And you can do these, like, obviously if you want to make it a little bit more of a sort of like harder exercise, you could add like a resistance band. So with the resistance bands, obviously you can make these as hard, you can have whatever different resistance band levels you want, but a really good one is literally just coming forward, coming out, but the whole thing is that you focus on keeping your pelvis as straight as possible. So as try and come back as well. So when you come back, think about using here.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go. So almost more like donkey kick out. So, yeah, come through. So go back.
Okay, back.
Yeah, but look, you want to do this. So see how you put a bit of an angle on your...
Oh, okay, like a bit of an angle, got it.
There you go. So forward, side.
Oh, yeah. I did like a...
And then back. So see how Ez has got a bit more flow to hers before that. Ez has got more flow to hers, whereas this, like with the resistance bands, it's obviously going to just be contracting your muscles a little bit more. So it depends. You can do different ones, and obviously from a balance front, try and do it where you're not holding on to anything as well.
You can really feel this one in your bum cheeks.
Yeah, it's a good. Your glutes are really, really important. So it's like in terms of for stabilising, perfect.
So Dee, we have just finished our stretches.
Yeah, I've tried to do ones which, again, like no kit, but we have worked on. We've obviously done some like nice thoracic rotations, some hips, some back, some like balance work, whilst also obviously looking at like quads, hamstrings, all areas that riders struggle with. And I would really encourage you to incorporate your breathing into that as well.
So Dee, what is next on the itinerary today?
So some functional exercises. Whole thing is about trying to get riders of all levels to be able to do it. We'll show you different ways. We'll incorporate some weights, some resistance bands, etc., but all things that all riders should be trying to do and to do as well as possible, basically.
And we can make them as simple or as complicated as you like.
You can add this, and obviously all the things we show you, you can, as you get better at it, make the resistance harder, you know, increase the weight, increase the difficulty. But the thing I'd most encourage you to really think about, which I think I said earlier, is you really do want to think like, what does my coach, for example, always say? So, you know, like some of the things that we do with Felicity, we try and link it all in with actually how is Esme riding, so that everything we do off the horse tries to make her better for the things that we not so much struggle with, but things we could improve with, weaker on with,
building up
on
that
horse.
muscle.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're going down.
Going down. We're going down. Going down, Ez. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a side plank, but we're going to show different variations. So Ez can be, you can be on your elbow.
Yeah.
I'll be on my hand. So obviously, beginner-wise, start with what Ez is doing and then work your way up to here if you're not there already.
Yeah.
So biggest thing with this is obviously you want to stay straight, you want to keep yourself up, even if you're on your elbow for this one. And then what we're going to do is a really key thing that a lot of riders will say to me, oh, I can plank for however long, which is grand. But
this is not the movement.
But it's not hugely beneficial to you as a rider, because obviously you've got a moving horse underneath you. So always try and create movement with everything you do. So with this one, what we're going to do is you go onto your elbow, Ez.
Yep.
Don't leave me here hanging. Go on. Yeah. And then you're going up. So with this one, so if you want, Ez, just start with where you're literally just
this is literally my least favourite one. I used to hate this. This is my worst ever one. I feel like I'm going to say that with a lot of them, but this one literally, it would really hurt me. I feel like I've definitely built up my muscle kind of in this department. But even just like doing this, I felt like I was so stiff.
You could add a resistance band to
that
you could
add a band to your legs.
Ez has made up her own version to this.
Yeah, this is what I used to do to start with.
But what we're actually doing.
Hurt so much. What we're actually doing is lifting up our bum and then lifting like this.
Yeah. So here
is not fun.
You can also do it where you've got your arm up as well. Then of course you could have it where you've got
so I kind of go like, woo.
Yeah, where you've got your weight as well. I'm going to do it so you carry on with that with the weight, and then I'll show you. Ez is actually, look at how little weight she's got to me, just note that.
It's because it matches my outfit, definitely not because it's
so, right, you start that, and then I'm going to show you, so you come all the way through, then come underneath, so you really get a nice sort of rotation through there as well. And then of course you want to do both sides with this, but it's also another part that to sort of say about is some riders actually do struggle with their wrists, so be careful on this one, but of course you do actually need to strengthen yourself as well. So this is my weaker side, I'm the same as Ez on this.
Yeah, this is my weaker side as well.
All the way through, really nice rotation. Whew. Blooper.
Oh yeah.
And then all the way up. Like
there we go, I'll watch the pro in action.
So that's quite a nice one to be able to go to. Then if you want it to, if you want to make that even harder, add a resistance band at the same time.
It might be a while till I get to that stage.
You've actually done all right, to be fair.
Yeah.
So here, what I'm going to do is we're going to add a resistance band to this. Do you remember we did this last time? So come up.
It's like hot lizard, that's what I just think.
So I showed the one where I'm not doing my leg at the same time, but Ez has.
I've gone into.
Ez has gone into. But see how?
Yeah, I know. I twist.
What she's doing is twisting. You want to try and keep this as straight as as humanly possible.
I have to focus all my mind when I do this.
There you go. Very good. So Ez is normally weaker when she has to do anything where her left glute is the one that's supporting her, so there's a little bit more there. That's good, Ez. Try and just keep your bum down. Yeah, there you go. So to make this harder, again, you can add some weights. So show just with some weights, Ez.
Yep.
And then we'll
do the leg going in as well.
Oh,
that's
yes.
Even harder.
This is actually a really good one. I won't be able to do it with those 4 kgs though. So we're going to go. Go on, you
okay, we'll do it together.
So here, yeah, all the way through. Remember, Oh, you're doing that one, are you? Okay. So I do. What are you doing?
The one where you like put your leg in. Oh, I'm thinking of the one where you go like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing? Show me what you're doing.
I made up my own where you kind of go out.
Yeah.
And then you go in.
Oh no, I have given that to you before.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's. All right.
Okay,
so
we'll do Dee's one first.
We'll do. Well, that is quite a good one. To be fair to her, but let's do. So you come all the way in, all the way back up. So, yeah. I've got to remember what we actually intended to start with here, all the way through. And you really want to be touching the elbow as well, and then get a really nice kick out.
I was like knee to elbow.
Yeah, knee to elbow, then swap over as.
I've got a fly on me.
So all the way through.
Please do not be on my arm.
All the way up.
There we go.
Yeah, ready? Left, yeah? All the way through. All the way up. Oh, I know another good stretch actually. I'll keep to this for now. Right,
what's your good stretch?
Go, just show that one, because actually that's quite a good one to do with the weight.
Oh, with the weight?
Yeah, do the one that you did with the weight, because that is quite a good one.
Okay. So you get your 2 weights, you lie them flat, go into your sort of press up position.
See, she's the expert now.
And you go up, and then you go in, then you go up, then you go down, and then you swap. And then, it's like the swapping over the most difficult part.
Yeah, try when you swap over,
I need to be level.
So just try the swap it. Go on, you've got it.
Oh, my arms are killing.
Try the swap over, but the bigger thing with this as well is that you always want, it's really good to do on the diagonal, because remember you'll normally always go inside leg, outside hand. So it's a really good thing to be able to do. And then equally, like even when you're turning, things like, you don't want to be dropping so much onto the inside. So it's a really good one to actually get you a little bit more focused on keeping stable. You know, even if you're an advanced rider, like changes, things like, you don't want to be doing like the sort of skipping type movements. That's quite a good one.
So you know that my coordination isn't the best with my dyslexia or dyspraxia. My brain just kind of, I really have to think when you say like, oh, swap your leg or swap sides or that kind of thing.
Ez and I are both dyslexic actually, so we like 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
So you could also do, so actually go back to that one, Ez, that you did.
Yep.
But without the way.
Yeah, let's do it without
go without the way. And then go, so you can do it where you go on the dead bug, or we'll keep to this. But remember where you have to go, you know, right leg, right arm, or left arm, right leg.
That's where I'd really struggle.
Yeah, try it, go on. So right arm, left leg.
And then you'd like sometimes feel like both.
Yeah. And then both. Yeah, there you go. But see how she just twists a little bit there. So actually just focus a bit as on that, because you can do it. And then both left. Go on.
I always say when I swap.
Yeah, both right. You got to be careful when you. It's that little section where you change. Hey, you really want to just think if you're going both. This is one to like really work up to basically. So there you go. That's it. Not bad. And then what you can do is you can go. So show the dead bug one as, but add your weights in. I reckon. So go dead bug where you're like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll. So this is a really good. If you struggle to, if you do struggle with things like that, like Ez and I are saying. Just, you know, your coordination, lefts, rights, all that sort of stuff. This is a really good one. So
the amount of times you've shouted left or right at me, and I've like my brain's taken like a solid 5 seconds to realise what you're saying.
Okay, arms up. Just the arms. See how she will do both legs as well as both arms. So right arm, right leg.
Right arm, right leg. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Left arm, left leg. Ow. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Left arm, left leg. Both arms, both legs. Good. When she does this, the biggest thing that I'm looking for, and actually she can't actually cheat here, which is brilliant, is you want to be keeping your back completely flat. That's the main thing, and that actually will teach you how to use your tummy muscles. So go again here. So right arm, right leg. Yeah, keep your back down, left arm, left leg. Well done, both legs.
Oh, I really
Go
want
on,
to do my arms
both
then.
legs. Both arms, both legs. Or keep it down. Right, now you've got to, I'm going to push you a little bit. So you're going to go both arms, both legs, but you're going to stay there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. Well done. It's a really good one. And Ez really struggled with this before. Like you have to admit, you like her back used to come right up.
I'd really always like arch my back like this, so I'd never be flat.
That's why as well I think your back is a lot better now because your general strength all around here is a million times better. So that's a really good one. It's a really easy one as well, and obviously you can increase the weight. You can also do ones where you've got the bands on like both legs, and you can like get yourself so you're stretching out. So like calf stretches are a really good one, but it's adding in the activation work as well. Right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go from here. I'm going to hold it. Yeah. And you are literally just going to pull in. Okay. Just like that.
And if you don't have a D to pull the other side of the band, you can always wrap it like around a tree or a post or something.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yeah. So like,
start as you but you got to be careful because look, you want to keep totally straight. You got to keep totally straight. So stay there, then go. So all the way in. Good. Right, we're going to do 5 airs. Well done. Yeah, and then have a break. Try the other side and see what you're like. But let's try 10 on this side because you're slightly weaker. I'd put your hand down first and then you pick the band up. Okay. As in, well, do what you like.
I know what you mean.
Okay, ready? So see how she's already, sorry, Ez.
Already wonky.
It's because it's your left side though, Ez. So start again, Biggest thing, people, is don't come in as far if you're struggling. Just the main thing is about keeping straight through here. So let's try that again, Ez.
It's one of those things where I'll watch back this editing and be like, girl, just be straight, it's so easy, and then when you're actually doing it, it's so difficult.
This is a hard one though. There you go, that's it. Watch that left foot.
I know.
The left foot. Keep the left foot straight. Left foot doesn't mean you go to the right. Left foot straight as there. Go on, you've got to do 10. Careful, slowly. So see how, because she's finding it hard, as break, because you're finding it hard, you're doing like, you come to here, and then you do that. Yeah, I go wonky. The biggest thing, keep your feet like this, and that's a really important thing, is make sure you've got a nice sort of flexible calf, but you really do want to keep as straight down, so that then it's literally just purely a shoulder movement. So this is a really good rider one because we need to, like, obviously this is quite simulating, if you like, when you're riding in terms of the rising trot, things like that, but it's a brilliant one for just strengthening up through your pelvis, your quads, like muscular endurance for eventers. It's really, really important. But this is actually a really easy little win, but very, very functional and sort of sport specific, basically. So this is a really good one. Ez is going to start with the easier version and then I will show you the harder version. So biggest thing, just a normal backwards lunge. As you go backwards, you really want to be thinking about keeping your pelvis as straight as possible. So, and a big thing is try and not go, a good thing, Ez has got quite a good lunge on her now, but sometimes riders want to do where they'll go, I'll show without this, they'll do this, try and get that you almost, like you could actually, it's almost like rising if you like.
You just go down rather than across.
Go down rather than going forward as such. And then basically a sort of more advanced option of that, just to add a bit more, well, resistance obviously, and it's just a harder exercise. You're going to come all the way back, all the way forward. So it's just harder. And then obviously you're bringing your, so try and keep it where it's on your pelvis to just increase that resistance, but it's really good to try and just switch it up. And the whole thing is about keeping your pelvis as straight as possible. Yeah, nice as. Then of course you can add weight to this as well. You can add lots of different things, but that's a really straightforward one.
So if you remember right at the beginning of this video, we did one which was kind of like this, where you move across. Dee is now going to demonstrate a more difficult one with the bands here, and you can use like any bands at all to do this, really.
At all. So this just is a really good one because it gets you having to stabilise. And it's more of an exercise than obviously it is a stretch.
Those ones I always find really difficult as well, don't I?
Yeah, Ez finds it difficult because you've got to...
I find it's the pushing back up.
It's the pushing back.
You really have to use your legs for it.
Yeah, so it's just one to sort of work up to. But like I said, you can use any bands whatsoever. But I try and incorporate some sort of resistance, weight, etc. with everything that you do as you to progress basically. Yeah. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll do, you know where we do the jumping ones?
Yeah, the jumping ones.
So this is a good one for Ez because it's all about muscular endurance, all on your quads. This is quite a hard one, so we will put her through pain.
Yes, there will maybe be some noises from me.
Okay.
Not very good ones. Okay, Dee, are you ready for the jumping one?
I'm ready. I think it's more, are you ready actually?
Yeah, that is true. We're going to try and do it coordinated, so we do it at the same time so it looks good, but we'll see how it goes.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, this one gets you.
Be careful with this one, but you can make it like Ez now, this is one of your ones, so she should theoretically be very good at that.
Yeah.
But try and, when you do this one, you want to be making, so if I demo, when you're here, the whole thing is that you want to be straight again.
I sometimes go a little bit wonky.
Yeah, then we come to here. Sometimes Ez likes to do this. Try and just get so you're going down into that. So exact same as what we're talking about with the lunges. Then we swap. And you want to try and do as many rounds as you can.
And you've got to remember when you go round to the third side, you have to swap your legs round again.
So you don't do the same leg the whole time.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going left, aren't I? Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. 1. Keep going. Yeah. Nice nose. Very good. Then swap.
Oh no, I don't like the swapping.
Okay. Good. Oh. And you just keep going until you burn out, like she has.
It's because like it's one of those ones where it's physically like you're breathing in a lot of air. It gets your heart rate going, but it's also
it gets your heart rate going.
Stretches. You can feel it in your bum.
The important thing with that one is the biggest thing. If you want to break it down, so you don't have to do the whole loop round. So you can just get that you're happy, sort of switching legs, for example. You could do where you're just doing normal jumps. So you can play around with it. You don't have to sort of bring in a whole thing.
So Dee, we've now got the ball out, the first sort of bit of kit that we're using. I'm going to be demonstrating the one without the ball, which is a little bit easier, but what are we doing for this one?
So we're going to do a couple. So the good thing about a ball is that it adds a bit of proprioception. It is very good to bring a bit of instability to your training. Obviously you want to be good without creating instability to begin with, like at the beginning, but it's a good one to work up to. So we'll show all the different levels. So we're going to just do a normal glute bridge, but then we will add a bit of instability because the whole thing is about like riders being able to, say for example, support the horse without having to be dependent too much on their tack. So if you go into, I'm going to put you on the harder one, so go on the orange.
Yep.
So we'll start off, so I'll go with the ball, you go without.
Yeah.
So Esme is going to show without a ball, I'm going to show with. I would always encourage to try and do single leg work as much as possible as well.
Yep.
So Ez, if you go into a glute bridge, you're going to have hands up, keep the width on the band, and then just straight up, straight down. Then I would do that with without a band, if you like. On the ball, you can have your hands down, but try not, so you keep going with that, Ez. You can have your hands down, but try not to be like gripping as such. But it's a really good one just to think about your straightness in terms of when you come down as well, like where you're actually where you're going to, in terms of your seat bones and just in general. Then we're going to go single leg. Yeah. So
I want to do my right leg first.
Yeah.
Better on that one, I think.
So
although today I've actually been quite
you've
good
been
on my
all right on your left. You obviously want to try and get to the point where you can go single leg, but you've got your hands up, because a lot of people might struggle with this one, but I really like it because it shows that you can really support yourself, and you stabilise very well through that, through your supporting leg.
Dee, are we ready?
Here we find ourselves.
Yes.
On a horse box.
On the horse box, we're on brand as well.
Very branded here.
Yes.
Wasn't on purpose.
And we're in our pastel colours too.
Yeah, spring. Spring, summer. I think it's really important that we try and do, like one of the things I thought is good in terms of using the horse box is because when you're at an event, you want to try and get fired up before you get on. Calves, in terms of like a lot of riders will, a big common problem is people will say, oh, I really struggle to keep my weight in my stirrups, things like that. It's not, you shouldn't be thinking about actually putting the weight down through your ankle as such. It should be about from your hip and that natural drop down. But obviously we need to be stronger through our calves, and also a really big thing for riders is good ankle flexibility and mobility. So this is a really good one, and it's also a really nice exercise for strengthening up your calves, and also it's a really good balanced one if you make it like that. So we'll do
and
one.
Also, just say what I'd say, you don't have to do this on a horse box. You can do this on a step. On, like, if you have one of those hard sort of box grooming kits, they're also useful.
We did that earlier, actually, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So
if we turn around, I'm going to be holding on. I'm going to be doing the easier one.
Ez is holding on. I'm not going to hold on. Well, I'll just keep like this. So you want to try and keep your foot like on the where you want to be. Just to say, sorry, but a lot of people put such little amount of foot in their stirrup. If I said to you that you've got to stand here the whole day, there's no way that you'd stand here. So it is slightly
makes you think about where you have your stirrup, doesn't it?
Yeah, you want to be having as much foot so that you can have a really nice. Oh look!
Oh, we're bouncing.
So you have a really nice loose knee, so that you don't fix through the knee, fix through the hip on the saddle. So you go where you're holding on, Ez. I'll go where I'm not holding on.
Okay.
So with this one, you want to be going all the way down and then all the way up. And a big thing for this as well is that you want to be trying to think that when you're going all the way down, when you're going up, you want to be going straight as well. Sometimes
I go a bit wonky.
Ez can sometimes bring go up, Ez. She can do that a little bit. So you try and go, even if you don't go down as far. But the biggest thing is about keeping straight. That is absolutely key. If you want to make it harder, go single leg. Again, like going back to that single leg thing, it's really important. And then, I'm not sure if I've got enough space here, but I would ideally try and do something where I've got a resistance band as well, so that if the door was open, I would do it where I come up with my arms as I go up and down, just to add a little bit more difficulty. So let's go single leg together so we can hold on. And then single leg, straight up, straight down. And obviously, ideally, you want to do this where you're not holding on either. Yeah, okay.
I can feel it so much more single leg.
There you go, that's not bad.
It's because I'm holding on.
And then go single leg.
Other leg?
The left leg, my bad, yeah. Yeah, really good. Try and make sure it's from your calf and up, Ez.
Yeah.
So you want to be careful that you don't sort of like twist yourself through for this one. There you go. But this is such a good, easy win. Like before you get on, this is fantastic. Even do your stretches. Look, there's so much stuff, like where riders will say, oh, we haven't got access to a gym or whatever it is. You have got a lot of stuff around you, so try and be like a bit, think outside the box with stuff that you're doing. So for example, even like those, you know, those ones that we did earlier. You can do this out like on the box, but it's so important. Like if you warm up, like think how much time you spend up warming up your horse. It's really important to warm up yourself so that you're not putting your own asymmetries onto the horses, and you'll feel so much better. And
I've got to say my back pain is pretty much almost gone since working with you and going through these exercises, and just I use my proper muscles rather than the muscles that I shouldn't be using, and
yeah,
it's a lot better.
Yeah, just about being like both horse and rider being happy, being more healthy for our bodies, thinking about ourselves and the effect that we have on our horses, and so that they're comfortable. And obviously, it's important that you're comfortable as well.
Yeah, definitely. So everybody, I've had a lot of fun. Thanks to Dee for going through the exercises today, and I hope you guys have had fun as well if you tried them at home as well. So any other tips and advice you would like to give the people about rider fitness and that kind of thing?
I would just say do things, like I said, think about what you struggle with on the horse and try and make it as relatable. And then another thing is just do things that, I mean, try and do things that you enjoy. Obviously they have got to be hard, but try and, if you're not doing anything at the moment, don't go to doing like 5 days a week of something. Just do it so that it becomes so easy and part of your routine that it's almost harder not to do it than to do, you know, to actually do it. So even if you start off with like 10 minutes 3 times a week and then gradually work your way up, but the biggest thing is to try and keep something regular so that it's long term, and not sort of a short term thing.
Well, thank you very much, Dee, for being in today's video and helping me over the last sort of year and a half, I guess. So you really have made such a difference to my riding, so thank you.
Well, Ez is a very good example, to be fair, because before you did struggle, didn't you, with some of them?
I mean, when I first saw you, one side of my back was way more muscly than the other.
Bad,
I was so asymmetric.
To be fair, like, Ez is a very good example because she has actually put in the work, and now I think you're reaping the rewards on Joey.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Thanks everybody for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe, as it really does help me out and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Awesome,
that was good fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Lovely.